In the dawn of time, amidst the floating islands where waterfalls flow toward the sky, an ancient energy begins to stir within the sacred stone ruins. Lost between the boundary of heaven and earth, these celestial peaks hold secrets of a forgotten era, waiting for a spark to ignite the silence. The ancient golem, a silent sentinel of the clouds, has remained motionless for centuries, his stony form merging with the mountains and the wild moss. Suddenly, and a surge of emerald energy pulses through his veins, the guardian opens his eyes, casting a brilliant light that heralds the end of his slumber. With a thunderous roar of grinding stone, the colossus rises. The ground trembles beneath his weight as he sheds the sleep of ages to stand tall. The guardian has awakened. His purpose is clear once more as his core burns with the power of the ancient earth, ready to protect his domain. But as the sun dips below the horizon, painting the clouds in blood-red hues, a sinister presence begins to creep from the shadows of the abyss. Deep from the lightless void, a nightmare stirs. A massive shape twists through the vapor, a predator that is hunted in the darkness for eternity. The dark serpent emerges, its scales glistening like obsidian. It moves with a terrifying grace, crushing the sacred pillars that stand in its path of destruction. With eyes like burning coals, it searches for its prey. The serpent hungers for the light of the guardian's core, sensing the awakening from afar. Every movement of the beast brings devastation. The very foundations of the floating islands crack as the dark hunter tightens its grip on the world. The golem feels the corruption approaching. He turns to face the threat, his ancient mind focusing on the shadow that dares to invade his sacred home. Two titans of myth stand at the edge of destiny. The hunter from the darkness and the defender of the light are locked in a deadly stare. The silence is shattered as the serpent strikes. With a scream that tears through the air, the dark beast launches itself at the stone guardian. Defying gravity, the golem leaps into the sky. He moves with surprising agility, his massive stone limbs propelling him across the void to escape the fangs. He lands with the force of a falling meteor, the impact shattering the rock beneath him. The chase has begun across the shattered ruins of heaven. The serpent is relentless, weaving through the stone labyrinth with lethal precision, its tail shattering anything that stands between it and the guardian's soul. The guardian defends with raw power. He raises his arms to catch the blow, the collision of stone and scale echoing like a clap of thunder. The archipelago becomes a chaotic battlefield. Every strike sends shards of rock flying into the abyss as the two titans tear through the sky. Using the environment as a weapon, the golem hurls massive boulders with terrifying strength, hoping to slow down the serpent's lethal and rapid advance. For a moment, disaster strikes. The guardian slips, falling into the bottomless void. It seems the darkness has finally claimed its long-awaited and ultimate victory. But the golem is one with this world. He catches a rising torrent, using the magic of the waterfalls to propel himself back into the fight. With renewed fury, while he launches a counterattack, the guardian becomes a living comet, his fists glowing with the concentrated power of the ancient mountain core. The chase leads them to the sacred center, a ritual ground where the ley lines of the world converge in a brilliant display of light. The serpent strikes, wrapping its massive body around the guardian. It squeezes with enough force to crush diamonds, trying to break the golem's stone spirit. Cracks appear across the guardian's chest. The pressure is unbearable, but the light within him refuses to be extinguished by the serpent's dark embrace. His heart of stone beats with a surge of raw power. He draws from the very soul of the islands to find the strength to resist. With a roar of defiance, the golem catches the beast's throat. His grip is like iron, pinning the shadow and turning the tide of battle. He slams the predator onto the sacred ground. The impact creates a shockwave that ripples through the clouds, shaking the foundations of the entire archipelago. Light and shadow clash in a violent storm. The opposing energies tear at each other, creating a vortex that threatens to consume everything in sight. The force of their struggle clears the heavens, pushing back the mists to reveal the cold beauty of the stars watching this ancient epic struggle. The serpent uses its last trick, exhaling a veil of absolute darkness. Blinded and alone, the golem must rely on more than just his eyes. Out of the black fog, the fangs strike again. The serpent aims for the heart, hoping to end the Guardian's life with one final venomous bite. But the golem is ready. He channels every spark of his remaining life force into his fist, creating a weapon of pure, blinding celestial light. The final blow is struck. A burst of divine energy explodes outward, shattering the darkness and marking the end of the serpent's long, cruel reign. The shockwave purifies the air, cleansing the ruins of the serpent's corruption. The battle is over, and the light of the Guardian has finally prevailed. Silence returns to the peaks. The dust of battle settles as the night wind whistles through the ruins, carrying the echoes of the great conflict. Defeated, the dark serpent dissolves into nothingness. Its essence returns to the shadows below, a broken spirit banished from the light of the upper world. The golem stands as a victor, battered but unbowed. His stone skin is scarred by the battle, a testament to his sacrifice for the world. Above, the stars shine with a new clarity. The ancient order has been restored, and the celestial islands are safe once again under the galaxy. His duty fulfilled, the weary Guardian returns to his place of rest. Every step is heavy with the weight of his long and arduous journey. The emerald fire in his eyes grows dim. The power within him settles into a peaceful rhythm, echoing the heartbeat of the very earth itself. The land begins to heal. New stone grows over his wounds, and the waterfalls resume their graceful, impossible journey toward the stars above the islands. The sentinel sleeps once more, a silent mountain in the clouds. He remains a legend, a mythic protector waiting for the next shadow to rise. Until that day, the Guardian waits in the silence. The cycle of light and shadow continues, forever etched in the stones of the floating world.